Hi Gemini, this is your family reading. So I've thought about this and it feels like most tarot readers on YouTube mostly just focus on love. And I wanted to do something a little different and focus on family as well because, we have other connections besides love that are just equally as important. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, Gemini, and this will not resonate for every single Gemini out there. I also wanted to point out and mention that this is a timeless reading, so I like to think that whenever you hear this message is when it's meant for you. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to use the Animal Spirit Oracle deck to kind of get a feeling and a vibe for who exactly my Geminis are dealing with when it comes to family. So yeah, let's get started. What is the collective of Gemini going through when it comes to family members and family situations? Okay. Okay. All right, let's get this started. So Gemini. Interesting. This is a very interesting energy because we have the vulture and the camel. So what it feels like for some of you guys, it feels like you might be dealing with an individual who, how do I want to word this? They are, they have a sense of creepiness to them, Gemini. I don't know how to describe it. It feels like they're like the creepy uncle, That's, for some of you, that's what you're dealing with, is like that creepy uncle. But it just feels like this person, I don't know whether it's something they will say, they just have a sense of eeriness behind them. And it almost seems like they're also very secretive and kind of keeps to themselves. They don't really talk a lot about themselves or the situations. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you're dealing with a person who's in your family that you just don't like to be around. It's like this person just gives you the bad vibes. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just an odd energy. But yeah, it feels like this person kind of could be the type of individual that if there is, say, for instance, a family, like a family, oh my goodness, why did I just draw a blank? Like a will, that this person would try and take as much as they can out of the will. It seems like this is the type of individual where they prey on the weak, it kind of feels like. But they do it in a way where it's very subtle and not so noticeable, almost like it's done behind the scenes. It kind of feels like a person that you just don't really trust or want to be around or even be associated with. For some of you guys, this could be somebody that, if you have children, you like to try and keep your kid away from this person. I don't know why, I'm just getting like the sense of just this person's just creepy in general, and you just don't want your children or certain family members to be subjectified to it. And that's just kind of what it feels like. I don't know why I'm sensing that. For some of you guys, it's just a really creepy person you're dealing with, Gemini. But yeah. So let's pull some tarot and get down to what's going on with my Geminis. So what's going on with my Geminis? Okay. Okay. So what I am getting here, Gemini, is you're dealing with a person who likes to stop and watch and wait. Like this is an opportunity, like oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. A person who jumps on opportunities. I cannot say it. Wow. But this is the type of person who just waits for opportunities to arise and then they try and take that opportunity. And this is the type of person who tries to they come across as peaceful, like they try to diffuse the tension, but you know that this person in a way is unstable. It's very interesting. It's almost like this person pretends, like they'll stir the drama, but then they pretend that they are against it, that they are yeah, I don't know. This person's just kind of a weird guy, or weird. It feels like a guy to me for some of you guys. I don't know why Gemini. Just felt like it's a guy, but it's like a masculine energy. Doesn't have to be a guy. It just feels like it's just more of a masculine like energy, but it's like a very toxic masculine energy. And you've had to come down to like decisions that I feel like you have. I don't know how to explain it. Seems like every time you're around this person, you don't know what to expect with this person. So it feels like you have 1,000 things that you could say or do to diffuse situations. Does that make sense? It just feels like this person, and I don't want to say this, but I might just say this anyway. So again, this is a general reading. This will not resonate for everybody. Keep in mind though, what I'm gonna say is maybe a little trigger warning for some of you. I am sensing that this could be somebody who could have touched somebody inappropriately growing up. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. This could be a person who, yeah, could have done inappropriate things. And maybe you were too afraid to really say anything because of the family dynamic, because they know, you know, that this like the family will protect this person, kind of, it feels like. But you just don't like to be around this person. And it's interesting is it almost feels like, I know that this isn't a vulture, I know that it's a crow, but for some reason it feels like it almost looks similar to that bird though, the vulture, doesn't it? Like they look kind of similar almost in a way, like not really, but kind of. It almost feels like, Gemini, no matter how much hard work you put into your family or to any situation, it almost feels like subconsciously this person is still looming over you. And for some of you, I am sensing it's because of that. You haven't been able to get over childhood trauma that this person caused. But it feels like whatever this person's done to you is an unjust thing. So let's check out the Hangman and get a clarifier for the Hangman. This is a much darker reading, I feel like, than anyone else's, really. Because I'm sensing that this person has... this person's inappropriate. It's just really what it feels like. So, we have the Nine of Swords. It just feels like, to me, this person is just, this person's cunning. It feels like this person can get away with quite a bit. I feel like the family has let this person get away with quite a bit. But it feels like no matter what you try to, I don't know how to describe this. For some of you guys, this could just be a person who's just mentally not right in the head. Maybe they say, for instance, they didn't do anything that extreme to you as a child. I feel like this is somebody's uncle. I don't know why I keep feeling the creepy uncle vibe. So Gemini, I don't know if you're dealing with a creepy uncle or somebody who just has that creepy uncle vibe that's in your family. But it just feels like you can't win in this situation. It feels like this person's like a predator. It just feels like somebody who just waits, though. They're not overtly obvious about it. It almost seems like this person just has a hold of you too emotionally. Like when this person will say or do something, you don't know quite how to respond. And it's mostly because I think this person's emotionally manipulating. And there's no movement coming forward because it feels like you're never going to get your justice. And I feel like, again, if this person has done inappropriate things with you, and if you now have children of your own, it's like you try to make sure that your kids are safe, but it freaks you out because this person's still in your life in a way. But there's no real, it's not a very good relationship. Let's put it like that. It's very toxic. and you want to put an end to this. You know, you haven't said anything for so long. A part of you is thinking that maybe you just want to say it and end it. But it almost feels like you having to learn to take back your own power, Gemini. Whether this person did anything inappropriate with you, I'm sensing that this person still did things underhandedly. I'm just sensing that this person's very emotionally and mentally unstable, but especially mentally unstable. This feels like a type of person who could be violent, or could just have a lot of leverage for some reason. It feels like this person just has a lot of control over your life, and this person, you're learning to take back that power, Gemini. That's what I keep feeling. But it just keeps feeling like this person just, it's creepy. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a very creepy energy, and I'm not liking this. I don't like this, Gemini. I don't like this for you. But you're dealing with a family member who could be creeping on somebody's will, wanting more out of somebody's death, essentially. You could be dealing with somebody who has done inappropriate things. You could be dealing with the person who is just creepy in general and you've always had a bad vibe about. Or maybe you've learned that this person's done it to another family member and you wanted to get justice for that family member, but you just feel like you can't. It can be all kinds of situation, but I'm sensing that this person is very toxic and everybody around them seems to enable this person, because everybody's in denial and nobody really wants to wake up to what this person is really doing, because then that would require people to have to, I mean, when you think about it, when another family member does something bad to you, it's like, oh, but they're family, and people make up excuses for that family member because family's together forever. Some people are really into that. And I'm sensing that for some of you guys, you just feel very stuck in this situation because it just seems like this person is just, for one, very manipulating, but also just like nobody takes, if you're afraid to say anything because you feel like nobody would ever take you serious, Gemini, to whatever it is that this situation was. It's a very dark situation. And for any of you guys who have dealt with this person that has done anything really inappropriate to you or has done anything very terrible, I am so sorry about that situation. Like, that's effed up. But I am feeling that for a lot of you guys, like, you're just kind of, you don't trust the world. Like, this person has molded you to seeing and viewing your world in a whole other way. Like, for some of you guys, you're now so afraid of strangers, or you're so afraid of intimacy, or you're so afraid of being your true self because you've been wounded and beaten by this person and you feel trapped in a way. I just keep sensing the feeling of feeling trapped. Like, no matter what, it's just such a weird feeling. It's like this person could be stalking you. Maybe it's like a parent that's a control freak or something. But I'm just sensing that this person's a kind of a controlling manipulator, and this person will do anything and everything in their power to keep you quiet, to keep you to shut up. They don't want you to say anything. And I think that's why you haven't. But I feel like for some of you guys feel like you're old enough now that you can be an adult and express yourself, but you're still scared about the repercussions. And that's kind of what I'm sensing for some of my Geminis. It's a very heavy energy. Again, this is not going to resonate for every Gemini. If it doesn't resonate for you, be happy, because this is some energy. So let's pull Angels and Ancestor Oracle cards to kind of get a better understanding. Like, what does my Geminis need to learn in this situation, or what can they heal, or how can they move past a situation? I'm also getting a lot of pain in my navel, my belly button. And that's normally with close, intimate relationships, family dynamics, your sexuality. I am feeling that for my Geminis that I'm tapping into, that you have to, if you don't know what chakras are, Google chakras and Google your sacral chakra. Because I'm sensing for some of you guys, you have a blockage there in your sacral chakra, and it's due to this person, to this vulture, is what it feels. And this person does feel like a vulture. This person feeds on the weak. That's just what it feels like. I just do not like this person. This person's got creepy energy. And you know, we all have those family members or those people in our even if it's in our immediate family or outer family, that's just creepy, you know? I feel like everybody has some of those family members. Okay, so here we have for my Geminis, we have a lot actually. We have mountains, stand your ground. Then we have here the Shaolin Master, and that's be graceful in movement and action. Then we have the Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Then we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. And we have Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. So Gemini, this is this is very toxic, just heavy energy. And all I can say about all of this is I feel like these cards are all beautifully orchestrating the same meaning in a way. You have to, first off, and then we also have at the bottom of the deck, Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. So I was sensing for some of my Geminis, you guys are learning to stand your ground. You're learning to be assertive, especially with this person. You no longer want this person to have control over you. You no longer want this person to essentially have power over you. And with the Shaolin Master, you have to think too, be graceful with your movements and your actions. Meaning you don't have to be so obvious. You know, even just being graceful with your words, being graceful with how you approach the situation says a lot about your own character. And then learning to unlock the magic within, learning to find that power you have. Because I was sensing for a lot of my Geminis is that you guys are feeling powerless to this connection or to this person. And what it's doing is it's teaching you to essentially find that own willpower within yourself, your own primal instincts, who you are as a person. And then it also requires you to shift perspective about the situation. For any of you guys who are dealt with a situation where a person maybe say have violated you in some form physically, shifting their perspective to, wow, I wonder if this person had that happen to them, because they probably wouldn't have done that unless that has happened to them. Or, man, how sad is that this person has to use their own will against another human being to essentially find love and security within themselves by harming and hurting another person. You know, changing your perspective about this person is by looking at their perspective. Why would they do the horrible, terrible things that they have done to you, Gemini? Because I feel like this entire reading is slowly guiding you to learning to forgive yourself. You don't have to forgive the other person, but forgiving yourself, eventually you forgive the other person naturally, right? But you're having to learn to shift your perspective and then stay grounded and rooted. So with this person, you don't have to confront this person, because I am sensing that this is a very scary person. I would be a little intimidated to confront this individual as well. But what I would say is you don't necessarily have to confront those who have harmed you in order to heal, but you can stand your ground and no longer allow this person to continue to harm you, no longer allowing this person to continue to cause you further harm or further pain. You can set boundaries and you can isolate yourself from that family member, and you don't have to give an excuse or a reason as to why you're doing it. You can just say, I have my own reasons to other family members. Because I am sensing for some of you guys that you're dealing, and some of you, this could be a father figure, but I'm sensing for some of you guys that this is just a person who had a lot of control over you, and you're now learning to take control over yourself. But you need to do it in a way where not only are you being practical, but you're being responsible and resourceful with those and things around you, but you're also learning to protect yourself. Don't allow him or other people to harm you, to hurt you, to put you in a position where you feel like you are helpless. Because even though things like that has happened to multiple people, and you would never be alone if that has happened to you, you would also have to learn to just, again, eventually deal with those negative emotions and learn to forgive yourself and moving forward. Because I am sensing that this is just some very heavy energy that my Geminis are going to have to move past and move forward. And I mean, I feel bad doing this reading, but I feel like for some of you guys, you have to hear this message, so I will post it even though I feel weird about posting this video. I feel like this message needed to be said, and I feel like somebody out there, this might not resonate for every Gemini out there, but I feel like for some of my Geminis out there, you really needed to hear this. So I hope that this resonates for you guys. Good luck, especially if you're dealing with this situation. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.